All right, everybody. So we're back with Gina. If you remember Gina, acupuncture of Columbia, a little bit different this time. And before we get into the data, I want to show you this one pager. I want to go over their new company, their Rebrand. So we have Gina, Butler, and now Clark Butler is entering the picture. Dr. Clark Butler is entering the picture for Columbia Integrative Health, guys. Gina Butler, the sole practitioner in acupuncture Columbia, was ready to bring her husband and medical doctor, Dr. Clark Butler, into the practice. Finally, we spoke about this, Gina and I, when we first started. What was the goal? She said, I want my husband to join the practice. And then it ended up being that, years down the line, she was ready. So now Dr. Clark Butler joined the practice and they opted for a rebrand. Reasonably so, because her acupuncture of Columbia clinic was acupuncture only. Dr. Clark Butler, he is a Western medicine doctor. He is a doctor of medicine. So they opted to rebrand and to properly implement their Western-Eastern fusion. Okay, they're doing acupuncture, but then they're also doing a lot of Western medicine services. Really, really cool. So this meant that we were actually back at square one, which could be a bad thing for sure. You'd usually think, oh, we need to crawl, we need to climb our way out of this hole. Let me explain. The problem, Gina Butler and Dr. Clark Butler locked arms to create Columbia, Missouri's premier Western Eastern medicine clinic. I don't even think this thing exists other than them. I think they're one of one now in Columbia. I really, really like that. So starting anew after working with ScaleSuite on acupuncture Columbia, Gina needed to rebrand without donating her traffic to her competitors. She thought in her mind, she said, hey, I know this is going to be a long, long road ahead, but we need to do this. Implemented solution. The team helped Gina once, so we knew we can nail it again. We had to successfully rebrand her clinic to include the introduction of Dr. Clark Butler. We registered a brand new domain name, of course, ColumbiaIntegrativeHealth.com, because Acupuncture Columbia would not cut it anymore. And we got to work. We got to work on their new traffic source. So we completely rebuilt the clinic's website, featuring more services, more conditions treated, and even pre-built health packages. Okay, guys, this is a full-blown medical facility now. This site had to directly compete with their old website and take down their competitors in the process. Absolutely nuts what we had to accomplish, and we did it. We go to the benefits. We overshadow other acupuncture clinics still. Gina and Dr. Clark Butler's new content being indexed by Google allowed them to continue right where they left off. This happened within 30 days, which is usually unheard of. If you ever talk to an SEO agency, they say, oh, you need to give us 8 months. You need to give us 10 months, 12 months, 16 months. This was accomplished in 30 days. Absolutely insane. 36 pages of first page content and 36 within 2 months. So within 30 days, we got them, 10 services, amazing. 10 pages, 36 within 2 months. So the trajectory is insane. Many business owners are left in the dust for years on Google. Okay, if you have an SEO agency and you've been with them for years and you don't know what what you should be getting, you have to look at this. Look at Gina and Clark. Look at what they were able to accomplish in less than 2 months. You don't even need to touch paid ads when you have a really good organic traffic source. Now for them, they have 2 practitioners now. They have 2. They don't have 1 anymore. They have 2. So now maybe in the future, they're like, hey, let's run some paid ads to supplement our traffic. Heck yeah, throw some revenue at it if you have the revenue to throw at it. But you better be almost touching 7 figures before doing that. Future-proofing traffic source. We have Bing, we have Google, very, very future-proof for years to come, as usual. We're competing with major hospitals. Guys, we're in Columbia, Missouri. It's a health hotspot. We have the University of Missouri Hospital. They spent $2 billion, or they earned $2 billion, almost $2 billion, and I think 2023. So they are a big, big deal. We're competing with them. We are beating them out in some searches. We're able to leverage authority to increase in-clinic sales. As you guys know, if you're in Eastern medicine, if you're practicing any sort of alternative medicine, you'll understand that you have to beat skepticism. Most people grow up only knowing about drugs, only knowing about surgeries, and all these very invasive things. Eastern medicine's amazing, and we have to fight that skepticism. At a glance, remember, acupuncture, you serve a niche population. You get bad press typically. People call it pseudoscience or alternative medicine. They'll say, maybe try it out, see if it works. There's a lot of things going against acupuncture clinics, so you have to do it right. You have to win people over. We love acupuncture clinics, of course. Here at ScaleSuite, we love them. You can look at our portfolio. We love working with them. City of Columbia, 130,000 people, home to major hospitals. We have competition. We have a pretty good population to serve. We have a lot of competition with the hospitals. What we were able to accomplish, we accelerated those first page results, right, guys? Remember I said we did it within 2 months. Basically all of their services, conditions within 2 months. Amazing. Online booking, EMR integration, as usual. We integrate with an EMR or EHR, depending on what you guys know it as. And also that great Google Business range boost. So let me show you what that looks like. If I were to look up Columbia Integrative Health in Columbia, Missouri, we were able to boost their range by adding their services as products, guys. Add your services as products, add a booking system in here, get amazing reviews, add articles, all of that good stuff you have to do in order to feed a very healthy Google business profile. So this was Gina's new company, Columbia Integrative Health, hot off the press. We're in February 2025 right now. I think we launched this thing in November, maybe October. So hot off the press. This is very, very new stuff. The results are amazing. And I want to show you guys what this audit looks like. And remember, we guarantee results in 6 months. Okay? We're still, let's say we didn't get the results. We would still have months and months to go. So I want to show you guys, this is going to be a unique look where we're able to catch it in the middle of that 6-month range. So we go into the SEO tool. We have Columbia Integrative Health right here. And of course, if you guys aren't familiar, if you haven't seen our other case studies, this is our unbiased SEO auditing tool because we like to keep ourselves honest. Everybody should try to be honest in the industry. So let me shrink this window a little bit so you could see it. Okay, look at these rankings. This is absolutely stunning. Remember, green is good. Green is good. Green means top 10, guys. Acupuncture, herbal medicine, microcurrent therapy, Chinese pulse diagnosis, all of these services, all these conditions. Look at these conditions. Let me show you these conditions that are ranking in the top 10. Menstrual cycle treatment, microcurrent therapy, precision medicine. These are services. Painful periods. Asthma. Asthma. I mean, I think most of us know at least one person with asthma. That's crazy that we are ranking as, remember, we are an Eastern Western medicine clinic now. So we're combining both of them, but we're beating out physicians, like specific physicians' offices, hospitals. That's insane. We're number 4 on that list. And remember, acupuncture, this is going to be the funny part. You may be saying, oh, why aren't we number 1? We actually are number 1. If we were to go back to our other website, Acupuncture of Columbia, she's number 1. If I were to look up acupuncture, Columbia, Missouri, guess who's number 1? Acupuncture of Columbia, guess who's number 2? Columbia Integrative Health, guess who's number 3? Unfortunately, we didn't work with this person, but 1 and 2. That's insane. So we have both of those top spots. And that's the benefit of this rebrand, is that we were able to pick up right where we left off. Amazing stuff. So you may be saying, okay, what are the competitors doing? We saw this data. It looks amazing. What are the competitors doing and why aren't they ranking so well? So let's go to percent in top 10. That's our favorite stat to look at. Columbia Integrative Health. Look at this. 69% of our keywords are in the top 10. Guess who's number 2? Acupuncture of Columbia. Acupuncture Columbia is ranking for 56% of those keywords. So we're doing even better now than the site that's been up for over a year. We're actually doing better now. We're doing better. So that is just stunning that in these short 5 months at most that this site has been up, we are beating out Acupuncture of Columbia. And Acupuncture of Columbia is still doing amazing. Over 56% of the market. We have some chiropractor clinics and some other acupuncture clinics. Unfortunately, this acupuncture clinic, Lynn Maloney, 4%. Let's scroll down and let's look. See, green is good. Look at all of this green. Let's sort by 50. Green is good. We don't want to rank for everything, but green is good. Look at all of these greens compared to everybody else. Acupuncture of Columbia. At first I was worried. I said, oh, where's the other green coming from? Acupuncture of Columbia. So here we are. This was Columbia Integrative Health. This is what they're doing right. How are we doing it? How are we doing it? Columbia Integrative Health. So let's go to the services. Guys, you have to list the services that you offer. You have to list the services that you offer. And if you are a clinician of any sort, you are doing, if you're a practitioner, so if you're doing acupuncture, you're doing chiropractics, list your conditions, list your services, and do it in a Google digestible manner. And that's what we do well. That's why we get websites ranked. So this was Columbia Integrative Health. Please do check out our other case studies, especially if you're an acupuncturist. We worked with Robert Doe, we worked with Vivian. Please check out the other case studies. And this was Columbia Integrative Health.